Most of what we do here on BootWizard is giving advice. I'm always trying to help people either buy the correct boots or just get information. And the way that I do that is either through my knowledge of the history of boots, knowledge of the current boots, through research, through testing, through trying, but also through my own mistakes. A lot of the knowledge that I have is as a result of me just flat out messing things up, especially when I was younger. Today, we're going to call on some of that knowledge that I've gained from flat out messing things up. And here are 3 things you should avoid when buying football boots. These are 3 mistakes that basically everybody has made. Remember to like the video, get subscribed to the channel. If you can support us, it would be greatly appreciated. Please head to patreon.com/BootWizard. Number 1 is quite simple. I think it's an absolute epidemic because I get comments that would allude to the fact that people have done this all the time, and it is buying the wrong size. Here is a pair of Mercurial Vapor 13s. My God, aren't they pretty? This is a phenomenal colorway. You see them, they're a good price, they look fantastic, and you have decided that you're going to buy them despite the fact that they don't have your size. They either have half a size smaller, half a size bigger, maybe a whole size bigger, and you're like, you know what, the price is good, I really like them, I really want a Mercurial, I'm just gonna go out and buy these. I'm gonna buy these, I'm gonna make it work, I'm gonna double sock, I'm gonna stretch it out, anything like that. It's a bad idea. It just is a bad idea. The reason I'm showing you these lovely Mercurials right here is because I did exactly that with these boots very recently. Now, in some cases, it might actually work, and I do think it's going to work with these Mercurials because this is on the AG Pro plate. It's half a size down from what I would normally wear, and with a little bit of time, I could probably break these in to be the most perfect fitting boots that I've ever had in my life. However, I have a lot of boots and I have the time to spend kind of breaking these in. If you just need a pair of boots that's going to work for training, for games, it's a really bad idea to even take that risk and maybe waste your money. Always buy the right size. If you get a pair of boots and they don't fit correctly, send them back, get something else, save up some money to get something else. Don't buy the wrong size because either the price is right or you like the color, which handily leads us on to number 2. Number 2 is buying a boot because of the way it looks. This, of course, being a fantastic example of a beautiful football boot. Okay, it's a little bit divisive, but it certainly stands out. It's one that everybody went for, and if you had a chance to pick a pair up, oh my God, maybe you should do because just look at them. However, they're not actually that good. Like the upper, this old kind of sprint skin style upper isn't very nice. It's kind of stiff. It's not fantastic to go out and wear. The sole plate off the Ghosted is fantastic, but unless you really want this kind of vibe from your boot or you want to rock something in that old F50 style, this is definitely not up there with some of the better boots that you can buy and wear at this particular price point. So you're not getting the best value for money here. And this happens all the time with people, not even boots that are of this caliber. People buy boots because they're like, that boot looks fantastic, and we've all done it. That boot looks amazing, I really want it. But you get it, you try it on, and you're like, oh, maybe I don't like the feel. Maybe the fit isn't great. Maybe the boot is just not for you. Sometimes a boot just doesn't fit your foot type. It's just facts, unfortunately. Not every boot is going to fit you well. You have to find the boot that works with your foot. Sometimes that's from a brand you don't normally wear. Sometimes that might be in a colorway that you wouldn't normally pick up. Now, I'm not saying buy boots you don't like the look of. The way they look is a big part of why you would pick up a boot. It gives you confidence as well if you know you look good. But don't buy a boot expressly on the way it looks and just kind of get along with it. Number 3 is a mistake I made when I bought my very first pair of top-end boots that I bought with my own money. I bought a pair of Adidas Predator Manias and I bought them in the SG stud pattern, you know, with those metal X-Trax blades. I bought those because I wanted the Manias. I was 100% buying the Manias, which means that not only was I basically breaking rule number 2, I was buying purely based on looks. I was also buying based on who was wearing them, and I was also didn't care about the sizing. I was gonna buy whatever size they had. I was having those Manias. I was obsessed. However, I did get a good size. Yes, they look great. They did fit well, thankfully, but I made one huge error. That error was picking the wrong sole plate. This is the biggest error that you can make, in my opinion, because it's potentially dangerous, and it just means that the boots are not going to be usable and you are potentially going to injure yourself on certain surfaces. And these are only good for SG. It's exactly what I did with my Predator Mania. I bought an SG pair of boots when realistically a lot of the ground that I played on was reasonably firm, which meant that I spent a lot of time with a lot of stud pressure. I should have waited. I should have waited and got the FG. They just didn't have it in stock. I was buying the SG. I bought them right there and then, walked out the shop. So wait. If they don't have it, don't buy it. Make sure you buy the correct stud pattern. If SG is what you play on or SG is what you need, then get that. Don't trade off for something else. If FG is what you need, if you don't need an SG boot, don't wear SG on FG or AG pitches. FG is usually fairly universal unless it's a very soggy pitch or unless it's very aggressive tooling for an AG. You can kind of get around it, but be aware for a lot of brands, you are going to invalidate your warranty doing that. But there's FG AG boots if you need that. And then of course you've got your AG boots. Definitely AG for AG is my recommendation. But again, these are a little bit universal. You can get AG that works on AG, and these will be pretty good FG boots as well. But don't do something like get SG for AG, SG for FG. You have to make sure that you're buying the correct stud pattern for what you're playing on, or maybe an FG AG if you're looking to go between the two. Really important, because that one, it can cause you injury and it can be dangerous to you and other people. And as I say, something to avoid, and we've all done it, including 16-year-old me. Have you got other things that you think people should avoid when buying boots? Let me know down in the comments. There is definitely more than these 3. Do remember to hit the like button on this video and get subscribed to the channel to pick up all my boot reviews and content like this. It is greatly appreciated. What is more appreciated is if you can head over to patreon.com/BootWizard, where you can check out what you can do to help us out and what I can do to give you extra. Sound like Howard from that Halifax advert. Extra, extra. That's all from me here today. Have a good one. We will see you soon.